Hey guys, it's Steve. So continuing on our pit barrel cooker series today, I'm going to show you how to cook a Boston butt. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get our butt prepared here. This is about a 6-pound butt. One of the cool things about the pit barrel cooker, when it arrives on your doorstep, it comes with the pit barrel cooker all-purpose pit rub and the beef and game pit rub. So these are 4.7 ounce shakers. So I've read some good things about these two different rubs, so it's pretty cool that they hook you up with these. So for this butt, we're going to be using the all-purpose rub. So all you're going to do is go ahead and use some mustard just to form a nice little binder, and you're just going to rub this on all sides. Okay, so we've got the pit barrel cooker all-purpose pit rub. You want to give the butt a generous coating on all sides so you can form up a nice little bark. All right, so you want to take 2 of your stainless steel hooks, and the idea is the bone that's in your butt over on this side, you want to try to get one of the hooks up underneath there. So you just kind of push that in like that. It's a really tender muscle over there on that side. You can see how easy that slid in. Then on this side, you want to get up under this top muscle, and then there you go. So holding these by the hooks, and we're just going to hang that on the rebar. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our pit barrel lit up here. So basically, the pit barrel folks did all of their testing and research with Kingsford original briquettes, so the blue bag here. These are the briquettes that they highly suggest you use. If you just stick to using the Kingsford brand, then you're going to have consistent results based on their research there. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this charcoal basket about 3/4 of the way up. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and put our charcoal basket down in the bottom, and then we're going to set our grate inside the pit barrel. We're going to put our little lighter cube right in the middle there and get that lit. And then I've got a chimney that's about 3/4 of the way full, and we're going to let these go for about 15 minutes. All right guys, so it's been 15 minutes, right at 15 minutes. So we're going to go ahead, our coals are starting to get nice and ashed over. We're going to go ahead and remove the chimney from the rack, and then we're just going to take the rack out, and then we're just going to take our hot coals and just dump them down. Just kind of spread them all out on top of the briquettes down on the bottom. Lastly, I've got some apple wood chunks here. This is a smaller butt, so I'm just going to use a handful of them, and you're just going to toss them right on top of those hot coals. Go ahead and get our lid shut, let that wood start smoldering for a few minutes, and then we'll be back to put the butt on. All right, so let me go ahead and show you the setup here. So I've got one of the rebar in over here, and we've hung the butt. You can see how easily that just sits there on those hooks. Now the pit barrel folks tell you, even if you're using just one of the rebar, to go ahead and insert the other one as well, because again, they have designed this unit to have both rebar in for proper airflow. So they want that bar in there because that's how they designed this thing. So we're just going to set the lid on this, and then we're not going to open this lid for at least 3 hours, and we'll come back and check the temp and see how it's doing. All right guys, we are at the 4-hour mark. So I had intended to check this at the 3-hour mark, but we ran out and did some errands. I'm checking this with my Thermapen, and I am right at 163, right in the deep part of this butt. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this and get this thing foiled. Now we've got our butt foiled, so we're just going to set that right on the rack. And then again, you want to go ahead and keep these bars in here even though you're not using it, because of the design of this pit barrel cooker. These holes up here with the bars installed acts as a ventilation system. So you want to keep those in there just to have your heat nice and regulated. And we're going to go ahead and get the lid back on, and we'll come check the internal temp in about an hour. All right guys, it's been another hour, so we are right at a total of 5 hours on our cook time. So I'm going to take my Thermapen here, Push through the foil. Oh man, this thing is done. We're right at 200 degrees. Wow. Yeah, 198 over there. Let me check it down here. 198. Wow, so this thing is done in just 5 hours. A 6-pound butt cooked in 5 hours. That is impressive. So what we're gonna do now is just remove the rebar. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull our butt off and then put it in a cooler and let it sit for a couple hours. And then we'll pick back up in the kitchen to take a look. All right guys, so our butt has rested for 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and tear into this. Check that out. You can see the bone already just, watch this. I'm barely even gonna yank on that with one hand. Look at that. I mean, the bone was already just trying to come out by itself. I didn't even have to try. That's when you know you've got a high quality product. Now watch this. I'm just gonna take my hands and look at that meat. Literally just falling apart like butter. Oh my gosh. That is a tender pork shoulder right there. Wow. Man, let me go ahead and toss these gloves aside. And let's go ahead and give this a little try. Gosh, I wish you guys could smell this. Woo. Gosh, that came out so good. So stoked on this first cook on this Pit Barrel cooker. Again, 5 hours total cook time. That's ridiculous. You know, you guys have been following me for a long time now. I've seen me cook butts on my other cookers, and it's definitely a lot longer cook times. So pretty stoked so far on this new PBC. So subscribe to my channel if you like the video. I've got probably 4 more videos coming out featuring the Pit Barrel cooker, and we'll see you again soon.